Jordan, you'll never guess. I'm actually getting kind of stoked for. Like I said, I think the only part of this new DCU, Jordan, that's gonna keep me engaged, I think, is Superman. Like I just every time I hear a new thing from this Superman movie, it makes me more happy. Like just genuinely more happy. And so they've said, I don't know if it's confirmed, fully confirmed, but it's all but confirmed to my knowledge that I'm not going to. Okay, Jordan, you know him as Diego, the kid from Cobra Kai. The
Oh, the son of Bobby Lawrence.
of not Bobby Lawrence, of Johnny Lawrence, not his biological son, but the adopted son.
Oh, him. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Got it.
His name is spelled XOLOMARIDUENA.
I'd need
Solo
to see it, but
Mary Duina?
X is usually a za kind of sound,
So Zalo?
or zai,
I'm gonna give up there
like
and be like, I'm so
xylophone kind
sorry,
of
guy who
thing
was on
is
Cobra
what I would.
Kai.
But I can't. I
Your name
couldn't
is
even
difficult
begin
to
without
pronounce.
seeing it,
Someone out there will
and I
correct me, I'm
probably
sure.
would be getting it wrong.
I feel like I've gotten it so wrong. I don't want to keep trying. Anyway, it's funny because I
It's
saw this.
embarrassing, is what we're trying to say. At
It
this
has
point,
become embarrassing.
it's
It is,
become
yeah,
embarrassing for both of us.
right now it is embarrassing, and we recognize that, and that's what makes it okay.
So we're gonna just stop
We're gonna
right there.
stop. It's funny because I watched Blue Beetle before I watched Cobra Kai. Now I want to go back. In fact, we're gonna do a DC episode in 3 weeks, and I'm probably gonna do Blue Beetle because I really like Blue Beetle, and now I feel like I'm gonna appreciate it more now that I'm familiar with his work a little bit more.
Is he in Blue
Yeah, he's
Beetle?
Blue Beetle.
Holy shit! How did I not realize that?
I know, right? I know. Anyway, he's coming back from Anna
Because
tomorrow.
I've definitely watched that movie, so
Absolutely.
that's
I
embarrassing.
think you did it for the show for some
I'm
reason.
pretty sure
For Aliens, I think. We did Aliens?
might have been for the show. No,
Did you just watch it for
I don't
fun?
know. I might have just watched it
I
for
watched it for
fun.
fun. I watched it for fun because I genuinely, it looked good and I genuinely
If
wanted to
I
see
did it
it.
for the show, I genuinely don't
But
remember.
anyway,
But
yeah,
that's not saying much.
I genuinely like that movie. That movie is at the tail end of the DCEU, and it's in the era where you're expecting it to be bad, and it was actually quite good.
It's a
Um,
surprising delight.
the action sequences are kind of tight, and the way he uses that suit is cool. He's kind of like, in my opinion, the DCU's like Iron Man, kind of. That's his sort of function within the universe. But he's going to be in Man tomorrow, and that excites me. I like that character. I
As
like that
Blue
movie.
Beetle.
Yeah, it's Blue Beetle. Yeah, Blue Beetle is
Oh,
coming
so he's
back.
coming. He's coming back. He's returning for
Yeah,
the
as
role.
Blue Beetle, he's going to be in that movie.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it
That's
kind of
fun.
seems like this is going to kind of maybe be like not the Justice League, but like sort of the Avengers in the sense that it's going to maybe bring back all because apparently Supergirl is going to be in Man of Tomorrow as well. A
That makes
Superman,
sense.
obviously Lex Luthor, and they're all going to fight Brainiac. And I'm like, I'm
Interesting.
down for that. That sounds fucking sick. And
If
that to me is
they
giving
do it
Avengers vibes without
right,
having to do Justice League, and I really like that.
yeah. If they do it right, then that's exciting. If they do it wrong, then that's
But the
devastating.
thing that's
Uh,
exciting for me about this is how they jumped
like,
right into it.
like I would want this movie for me if I'm comparing
To me,
to
this is where you bring in Batman. This is
if
you
I'm comparing to
number
Marvel.
one.
I would want this to be think more Homecoming, less Avengers.
Well, I mean, I just meant more Avengers in the sense that it's bringing
I,
in
I
all
I
these.
understand, but I'm saying like for me, we can use this as Homecoming where we don't have to explain certain things, and we can bring in an Iron Man or whatever the
Yeah, yeah,
equivalent is, which would be like Blue
yeah.
Beetle, but we don't have to like necessarily spend an entire 20 minutes telling us who Blue Beetle is.
No.
We
You
can
can just
kind of just
understand that, yeah.
expect that
But
we know that.
I more meant Avengers in the sense that we're bringing in all these separated characters into one thing to fight one conflict that we've all seen in their own individual movies. But it's not necessarily they're not the Justice League. Like where it's
Yeah.
like we've seen a Blue
I
Beetle
think for
movie.
me
We
it's
don't need to
gonna
explain who Blue Beetle is. We've seen Supergirl. We don't need to explain who she is,
yeah.
and so on and so forth.
I think for me it ultimately is going to depend on who the characters are.
Um,
Um like for example, um you've got your big three. which are the typical ones with the Justice League, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman. I do think they all need their own movie
Yeah, yeah,
before they come together. But like, if you had it where like Superman, I mean, from his own movie, he already knows Guy Gardner.
exactly.
So if you have Jon Stewart show up in this,
Yeah, I've been pretty
that
sick.
works for me.
Okay. Well, if he shows up in it from the HBO show, it's Jon Stewart from the
Right,
HBO
like
show.
that's what I'm
That'd be
saying.
kind of
Like,
rad. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. That'd be
that
fun.
that would be
Have him
okay.
show
Or
up in a
like
cameo.
if we see a version, whoever the Flash is, and he's just
Well,
in this
I think this would
movie.
be the space. Like, I don't think this needs more characters than it has, but I do think that this is the space where
No, I'm just saying, like, if we have additional characters.
we do a reverse Black Panther, well, not reverse, but we do a Black Panther, and I think this is the space where you have Batman show up, and he's just there, and he's just understood
No,
that
I
he's a part of
disagree.
this world. Like I'm not saying don't give him his own movie, but I think do this, have him show up here, and then do his own movie. So then that
I
way,
don't agree. I don't agree, and
that
I'm
way
going to
we
cut
get
you
to
off. I'm going to cut you off. Real quick. I don't agree because that's how you get a Batman versus Superman.
well, yeah, yes,
No, Batman needs to come in his own movie first before him and Superman team up.
I I don't I see. I don't agree. I think that Batman is just known enough. You don't need a movie introducing Batman to the world. We understand Batman. That was not the failing. Batman being in Batman v Superman was not where the failing of that movie lies.
See,
Batman
that's
can just
where-
exist.
sorry.
We know who Batman is. We don't need him.
Right,
So
right.
he
No,
can
no,
just
no, no,
exist
no.
in the universe.
Right. No, but that's not what I'm not saying that his movie needs to be an origin movie. I think his movie needs to be a Superman, like what Superman did, where he's already a character and we're just seeing one of his adventures.
Yeah.
We need to know him before he's in in a movie where he's with another character.
I don't agree.
For
I
me,
think-
that needs to happen. I want to see the one-off issue of Batman, like Batman's story, where and not Joker, for the love of God, not Joker, but like where he's fighting his rogues gallery, whether it's like
Sure,
kind of like
but you
a
can do that.
Homecoming,
You can do
where
that.
where Batman is going up against a Mister Freeze, a Poison
Sure.
Ivy, and that we see and establish him as, and then whatever comes next, then we have, or
Yeah,
just
but you
have
can still
that
do
come
it in
out
reverse.
before this next Superman.
Like you
one.
can still have him show up in this Man of Tomorrow movie, do a brief scene cameo. We're like, okay, that's sick. Like yeah, like he's not a major character. He's obviously not a major character in this, but this would be the spot to announce, even if just in a post credit scene. But generally speaking, this
okay.
is the space.
I can give you that.
Like I say, he's Black Panther. He does one action scene. Where he chases.
I would have him post credit.
Where he hold on, let me finish. He does one action scene where he fights a Brainiac guy. That way we get to see like to me it's like the equivalent of you don't get. We're gonna have to get you doing Kamen Rider movies next time we do Kamen Rider, but it's the equivalent of having Kamen Rider.
It's the summer blockbuster. It's the one where you see the hero from the next thing in the thing.
Yes, exactly. Like, there's nothing wrong with having Batman show up. He does a
Oh,
slick
yeah.
action sequence where he fights a
So,
Brainiac guy, and then
I have a
he leaves.
pitch.
He's not a major character. That's my thing.
I have a pitch. So Brainiac is confirmed, right?
Yeah, Brainiac is confirmed. He's
Okay.
confirmed and cast.
Okay. So here's my pitch for how I would if you have to have Batman in it. This is how I would do it. So, because this just canonically makes sense.
I guarantee you're gonna
super-
overthink this.
Just hear me out. We know if Blue Beetle is confirmed to be in it. Blue Beetle is canonically tied to Batman. Like Batman is usually the one
Yes.
who goes and finds him and kind
Typically.
of recruits him. So what I would do is I would have it be like a scene where Brainiac is hacking everything. I don't know, whatever, doing what Brainiac does, and they need a tech guy. Like they need a guy that could do the getting them onto the ship or the whatever, getting past his shield, what have you.
Batman is the guy who helps them find the guy in the Law and Order episode. Is that what you suggested?
No, not Batman is the guy that helps them find the guy, but Jaime Reyes or whatever is like, I know a guy who knows a guy, and he brings them to Batman, and Batman knows Cyborg.
Okay. Yeah, my thing was way simpler than that. It's just like how in Avengers you have a flyby scene It's just a flyby scene of him just fighting a Brainiac guy. Like show the cost. Like these are the two things I would
And
do
he's
in
not
this
an old
movie.
man Batman
No,
this
he's not
time.
old man. He's in his
Sorry.
40s. He's
Like I want like a 90s Batman show Batman.
yeah, like
Like
he's in his
that's kind of what
30s,
I
40s,
picture.
kind of yeah.
Mid of his
Yeah,
career where
but
it's like
this
he's
these are
already a thing,
yeah,
but like
and
you
people know who
know,
he is. Like the two things you accomplish in this, okay? You
and
in this movie
him and Superman
specifically,
just haven't met yet.
have Batman cast, know who Batman is, have the suit ready. Don't show it any marketing. Don't let anybody see it, and have him show up in one scene where we get to see the suit. Like and like we don't hide it. We show it in all of its bits and glory, and we see him do one action sequence, so we get a feel for who the character is, and then that's it. Maybe additionally he shows up in in a post credit scene. But like I'm thinking like simply, it's funny you kind of mentioned I know the guy who knows a guy. That made me think of Civil War. But like literally I'm thinking like Black Panther in Civil War, where Black Panther did the one scene where he chased after Bucky.
Yeah.
And we got to see what Black Panther could do enough to be like, oh shit, yeah, I'd watch a whole movie with this guy. And then people went to watch Black Panther. That's what I think Batman should do. Show up, he does one scene, and we go, okay, who's this Batman guy? And then we see his movie. Like that's my thing.
I would keep it very basic, and I would have it be a thing where it's funny you compare Blue Beetle to Iron Man, because I would kind of
have it
use
where
that,
Batman and Superman already know each other. Don't do they're meeting thing. They
no,
already know each other.
I would do it where they meet, where this is how they meet, but I would have it be basically where he's like I know a guy who knows a guy, and then like immediately he does the Iron Man thing where like we see his face on Batman's bat computer in the
That would also
Batcave,
be funny.
and he's like Batman, like I need your help with we need your help with Brainiac or whatever, and then like the next scene we have Superman in the Batcave like looking around disapprovingly kind of thing. And like that's their first official meeting. They knew of each other, but they had never actually met.
I can get
kind of
behind
thing.
that because to me I like the James Gunn and the element. People, it's so funny because all the people on the internet hate all the shit about the James Gunn universe. That is what makes it good. Like I like the fact that it's already an established universe. I don't have to waste time doing. So like just do it where people know who Batman is. Just people know like when you eventually get to the Brave and the Bold, people know who Batman is. Don't do who's the Batman, who's Batman. He's established. Just like Superman,
No, like,
he's been around for a little bit. Where it's like he's. Still
I would
kind
have it
of
where
a mystery,
Batman would be year 2.
Yeah, he's still kind of a mystery.
Or year 3 or something.
Yeah, and people are still kind of figuring him out. But like we know who Batman is by this point.
Like yeah, the legend of the Batman, like he's been seen. Like
right?
the police are working with him. Jim Gordon is working with them.
Don't do
Commissioner
Batman
Gordon,
versus
whatever.
Superman, where it's like he's been active for 30 years, but he's somehow still a mystery for some reason. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do
that. No,
that.
it would be where like the criminals know who he is. Like people know who he is. Maybe they don't necessarily like. Superman hasn't like directly dealt with him, but like he's a thing. Like
right?
you know who Batman is. But he like I wouldn't have it be where like they're already at the point where it's like, oh hi Bruce, hi Clark. Like I wouldn't have them be there. I don't want to.
That's just because I'm done.
I don't want to start there because we haven't on screen on like movie format. We haven't gotten to see them work to that point.
Yeah, but I'm not interested.
And
I'm not interested in they meet each other as Batman and Superman. They don't trust each other, and they have to learn to work together.
No, I'm not saying that. That's why I'm saying my version of it. Jamie Reyes, what's his name?
Whatever.
Blue Beetle is the bridge. So there's none of that. They don't trust each other. They instantly have a reason that they trust each other. They have a friend in common. And we bypass all of that.
I'm like we're in a universe that's already moving. We could skip all that. I just don't.
No,
I don't.
No, I don't want that.
We've already done it. They did it poorly.
No, we haven't.
They did.
We haven't done it. We've never done it.
No.
When have we done it? I defy you. When have we done it on the big screen?
We did that. They don't like again. They have to learn.
I said we bypass that. You're not listening to me.
No, I'm not.
What are you saying no about?
I don't want to do a meeting thing. I don't have an interest in a meeting thing. I want them to already. I like the idea that they already know each other. Like we've already done. They've met.
I don't because we've never seen.
They've had an adventure.
They are like no. We've never seen that on the screen.
That's fine.
Where they meet each other and it's like oh I know of you but I don't know. No, we've not seen that, Justin.
No, I'm not interested in that. No,
It's
thank you.
it kind of just feels like you're just kind of wanting to poo-poo to be contrarian. Like,
No, I don't. I'd much rather it's year 2, year 3. We already know each other. I don't need that they introduce themselves to each other. I don't need that.
doesn't
Don't need
work.
it. Don't want it.
Doesn't work.
That's keeping in. That's keeping in origin shit. We skipped the origin shit for a reason. He already knows.
Doesn't work. It doesn't.
He
It
already
doesn't
knows
work.
Green Lantern. It wouldn't. If the first movie hadn't started from a point of like he knows the Green Lantern, there are already superheroes in the world, then I'd be like, sure, why not?
Yeah, but
I'm
Batman
not
is
interested
never
in
the
that.
kind who works with other people. And so the only thing that would make him contact Superman or become into contact with Superman, and this is how it always works in every one of these
Yeah.
storylines, it always works
Oh,
like
I don't
that, where
disagree. I'm just
Batman
saying to
doesn't
skip
want to
it.
team up until they have a world level
Nah.
threat. And
Don't.
that's how the Justice League is always for.
Yeah, but this isn't the Justice League. Yeah,
No, this
I'm,
is the no, you're right. This is the movie that leads to the Justice League. This is the movie where they come together all for the first time. But it's the Superman story where we have Batman there. He's not the focus. They have Wonder Woman there. She's not the focus. This is
No.
how you do what they wanted to do in Batman versus Superman, but properly.
No, I could maybe be talked into like they don't know each other's secret identities, but they've definitely worked together. Because yeah, I'm not into the this is the
No.
first time they're
This
working
is
together.
no.
I'm just it's just boring.
Then you're looking to
Boring.
jump 4 or 5 steps ahead, and that's how
Boring.
you get the fucking
Well,
Snyderverse.
the movie already stepped. No, it didn't. It tried to start at step 12 and start at step 1 at the same time. I'm just saying, let's skip to step 3. I don't need step 1 and 2. I don't need that. I don't need the.
And I'm saying
I
we
don't need
started
it.
on step 2. We can go to step 3 now,
No
which
in-
is what I'm saying.
No interest in
Where
step
they
2.
meet through a fucking connection. And they don't have a reason not to trust each other. And within 10, 15 minutes, you get everything you want.
I appreciate you attempting to malform the boring thing into an interesting thing, but it doesn't. There's no
'Cause
part
what
of
you're
me
asking
that's.
for is boring.
It's not boring. It's
It
it's
is
just
boring.
jumping ahead to the shit that we want, which is them.
It's jumping to a point in the story that we've never worked
It's
to
just-
get
we
to
were
that
jumping
point.
to the point
It's
where they're
trying
just
to yet
working
again
together.
be the Snyderverse and fucking just shove Batman in for the sake of shoving
It's
him
not
in.
shoving him in. It's not shoving
It
him in
is
for
at
the
that
sake of
point.
shoving in. They could just exist in
It
a.
is at that point.
Yeah.
It's them just being like, oh, and then there's Batman.
No.
Batman's now also in this movie.
The most compromise I'm willing
Instead
to
of
offer
having
you.
nuance and like actually showing the development of characters, you want to just jump to the end of the fucking story.
No, I want to jump to the middle of the story. I don't have an interest in
No,
the beginning of it.
you want to jump to the end of the story where they're
No.
already best friends, know each other's identities, and have known each other
Yes.
for 2 years.
Yes, well, I want them
That's
to have
the
known
end of
each
the
other.
story.
I want them to have known each other for like a year, where they're on a first name basis. Maybe they're not best friends, but certainly they know who each other are. Yeah, I want to do
No.
like that Justice League.
I don't
want to
do that.
Where
I
they
want to
already,
work to get to that point.
where they already know each
because
other.
we've never done that.
I don't need them to do that. I don't have an interest in them doing that. Why? What do you have?
Because we've never gotten to see that
What's
on the
the-
big screen.
What's to be gained from it though? Like there's nothing from a story
Fine.
standpoint.
It's fun, Justin.
really.
That's what's to be gained from it.
No.
It's the fun of getting to see characters. This is so odd. Usually you're the one who wants more character development, and I'm the one who
That's where
doesn't.
character
And
development is unnecessary.
no, I want to see a world where it's not just, oh, we have the same fucking mother. Our mother has the same first
but
name.
that's-
Now we're best
But
friends.
that's not what that's not what you're
I want to
suggesting.
see.
Two
I want to see
completely
a
different
world
things.
where it's like, oh, I've known who you are, but I've never gotten to work with you before.
Again,
and getting to
I'm-
see that working development, that working relationship develop.
I'm willing to come to a place of they've worked together once or twice, and he knows Superman and he knows Batman, and they definitely have a working relationship. But they already know each other. Like I don't want to do that.
For me, this is,
No.
and again,
It's not
this is
interesting.
clearly what they're doing, Justin. This is the issue of Superman, where he's fighting Brainiac, and he has to team up with Batman. Maybe it's just Batman in this, but he has to team up with Batman,
Don't.
and that's how
have a-
they have to. Yes, that's what this is.
No, I said I don't have a single interest in.
Doesn't really matter what you
but-
have an interest
But
in.
like no,
that's
what
probably
I
what we're
want
gonna.
in- what I want
That's
in the-
probably what
I
we're
want in
gonna
the
get. You know
practical
how
sense,
you were like, you don't get to remove Woody from Toy Story 5.
I
You don't
mean,
get to remove Batman from this. He's gonna be in this.
I don't think he is. To be honest with you,
I'm being hyperbolic,
I don't-
but like
I
in this
don't-
argument,
I don't-
in this
I
conversation,
don't
in
think
this
he is.
discussion
No,
that we're having,
the ideal
you
version
don't
is
get to remove Batman.
the ideal
Batman's
version
there.
and the practical version and the version they should do is he
Is
shows
the
up
one I
one scene.
said.
They don't interact whatsoever. They don't talk to each other. They don't interact. He fights a Brainiac robot just off to the side. It's one little cameo, just enough to see a brief action sequence
They
of
would
him
never do that.
of him punching a. Well, no. The version of it they probably would do is they do a post credit. He walks out of the shadows and boom, there's the costume. That's the most likely version of
No,
Batman
the most
being in
likely
this.
version is the version that I said.
No, it's not. There's no way.
Yes, it is.
He has no interest in doing Batman. He if he wanted to do Batman,
Right.
he would
So
have done
having
Batman.
having one fucking cameo would enable him. Shut up. It would enable him to be like, that's Batman. He exists. He's out in the world, and then not do another movie with him.
The thing that James Gunn
Until
would
they do the Justice League movie.
is James Gunn would do a post credit. Batman shows up in a post credit, and it's from the new one that Andy Muschietti's gonna make. But no,
the most likely thing is what I said.
he's not. He won't be. If he was gonna actually be in this, like, in that kind of way, kind of a major way, we would know. We would know.
No, he wouldn't. Not if we don't know who the casting is.
I guarantee you they've cast him. I guarantee you they've cast him, and I guarantee you he will be in that movie, just in a small way. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe he'll be in a major way, and he's just being hidden. Who knows?
I mean, it could also be another, like I said, it could be
But if they
a
were
different kind of
smart-
cameo where it's like Lex Luthor calls up one of his rich buddies for some reason, and it's Bruce Wayne. I could also see something like that.
That would be terrible. That would be terrible and awful.
We're not talking about what would be good. We're talking about what executives in Hollywood think is a good idea, and that is
What would be
exactly
good
the
is,
kind
yeah,
of
they go-
terrible
they go-
cameo that they would do.
Like, yeah, what would be good? Like, the thing is, if
I'm not wrong.
If I wanted if in a world where what you want happens, I would want it to be a Batman Superman movie. I wouldn't want it to happen in this. I'd want it to be. I'd want a dedicated Batman Superman movie where it's about Batman and Superman having to learn to work together, or having to learn to.
Yeah, that's 2 movies down the line after they've been introduced in this one.
You're thinking so slow. That's the beauty of this universe, is it's already ahead. So why are you dragging it back and forcing it to be slow when he's already 3 years in?
Because there are elements to it that we don't need to skip. And that's one of them. There are other things we can do. We can have it be where certain members have already been working together. You can have it where Batman has worked with, like, the Flash, for example, and that works fine for me. But no, we've never seen that relationship develop on screen with Batman and Superman. We've not seen it done properly, and I want them to redeem and do it better.
The Justice League cartoon barely did that because it's boring. Like, they usually just skip right to the bit where they're working together, because that's the most interesting part of this. Them
right,
getting
and
together
so that's
is
what I'm
not.
saying, Justin. Is this bridges that both ways, where you have them introduced, they don't know each other, but they very quickly work into a working relationship over the course of this movie. You use this movie to very rapidly get them to that point, and then it doesn't feel like it's just happened unearned off screen.
I'm using my fake imaginary movie executive powers, and I'm rejecting your idea.
No.
Boring. Does not interest me whatsoever. No, thank you. Don't want to do any of that. Want to skip?
We're gonna have to agree to disagree then.
Cut all of that. Don't
No,
want any
because
of that.
that's unearned. Then
Don't
you get
need
a smart
it.
Hulk.
Don't want it.
Then you get a smart Hulk.
Yeah, but Smart Hulk was earned.
No, it wasn't.
That was worked over several movies.
It fucking happened over the course of, like, nothing.
And also,
where him and Angry Hulk are fighting each other, and then suddenly he comes in the Avengers movie or Endgame, I think it was, and he's just Smart Hulk, and he's like, oh yeah, we fucking worked it out off screen.
But that's not the same thing.
It is the same thing. What you want is to be like, oh yeah, no, they just know each other.
Oh yeah, they already had an adventure off screen. They've already worked
I
together.
want to see that adventure.
Read it in a comic book. Like, I don't need to see. I don't need to.
No, fuck you, man. I want to see that. I've never seen that happen on screen. Why is what you want get precedence over? I want that movie.
I mean, use your own imaginary movie executive power then.
I am. I'm overturning you. We're making that movie.
No, we're not.
And it's not even a Batman movie. It's one scene in a Superman movie which sets up a future different movie.
I'm cutting that scene. I'm using my executive powers to cut it.
You don't get to do that.
I mean, I do. It's my money paying for this movie.
I know. It's my money paying for it. And I have the executive power.
I'm cutting it. I'm cutting it,
and I'm putting it back in.
And the next Superman movie, they already know each other, and
No,
they've worked together once,
that's awful.
and they don't.
That's
They don't.
awful.
It's not awful.
That's awful.
It's not awful. It's skip
It's
past all the
lazy
boring shit.
and it cuts out all the fun shit where they
It's
get to
not
work to each
fun.
other, work against each other,
It's not
and discover
fun.
each other.
That's
And we get to establish
No, I
the
don't
clear
want any
and
of that.
defined differences between the two styles,
We already
and not
know
just
it.
have a Batman versus Superman movie where you have Superman who is Batman and Batman who's also Batman.
Yeah,
because
that's-
we're taking the time to set up and establish their clear differences instead of just shoving them together
No.
and being like, no.
No, but we already understand their
No, we
differences.
don't. Most of fucking people,
Everyone
regular
does.
people. That's why we have a Snyderverse. Is no,
No,
they don't know the difference, Justin.
No, people do know the difference. Fundamentally, they
they
understand
don't.
the difference. So you don't need
No,
to
they
explain to
don't.
the audience what makes them different. It's an inherent understanding of what makes them
I'm
different.
sorry, but you're wrong.
So you don't need. And plus, who
You're
cares? I just want to watch Superman and Batman punch a thing. I don't need to go through the
And I
the
want to see
motions
the
of.
issue where they first meet.
That's so boring. That's boring.
You're wrong.
Like,
You're wrong.
We've already done
We've
that.
never
to
seen
death.
it. What do you mean it's boring? How can a
Boring.
thing be boring when you've never
Boring.
seen it?
Boring because it's the least interesting part. I don't want to watch
You're
how
wrong.
the X-Men and Spider-Man don't agree till they do agree. I don't care about any of that.
Again,
Don't care about any of
what
that.
the fuck are you talking about? I didn't tell you. When did I say a part about them disagreeing?
Okay, but if they're like, oh
That's
hi,
not
I'm,
what
so it's just a scene where like, hi, I'm Batman, hi, I'm Superman. It's nice to meet you.
When did I say that, Justin?
No, but my point is, without all of that, if
When
you're just
did I
like,
say that?
I'm trying to
I'm
tell you,
saying
I'm
we
trying
have
to
a
tell,
bridge
I'm trying to
between
talk.
them.
If you'd let me
They have
finish,
a
if you let me
character
finish,
between them
if you let
who
me
is
finish,
uniting
instead
them,
of just talking over
Justin,
me,
and
let
they
me
have a
finish.
common enemy,
Let me finish.
which makes it so they work together.
You know, that's not interesting.
So where did they disagree?
No, I don't need a scene.
Where did they disagree?
No, but I don't need it. You're not letting me talk to answer your question. I don't need a scene where it's like, hi,
you
I'm
put fucking
Superman.
words in my mouth
Because you're
that
not
I
letting
never
me finish. Because you just keep cutting. I don't need a scene where you're like, hi, I'm Batman. Hi, I'm Superman. Oh, we need to fight a thing. Okay, let's fight it. I don't. Okay, I don't need.
I want that scene.
I don't need the first mission they ever worked on where they clumsily work together because they've never worked together, and he doesn't know he's Clark Kent, he doesn't know he's Superman, and by the end of the story he learns that he's Clark Kent, and he learns that he's Superman. They become friends. I don't need any. Of that.
I want that. We haven't seen that in live action.
But there's a reason why we've never seen it because it's not very interesting. Like
You don't think it's very interesting. I do. I would like to see that.
Why not just skip to the part where they are already punching guys? Like why have to do the preamble to them punching the guys? Just skip the preamble.
Why have Captain America the first Avenger? Because I want to see the origin. I want to see where that started. We haven't seen that on screen in live action.
It would be like, I need to see Batman's origin again. No, I don't need to
No,
see
it's
any of
not,
that.
Justin.
It's part of the
It's not like that. It's not.
Origins.
It's not like that at all.
No more origins.
Because we have dozens of movies where we've seen Batman's origin. We don't have a movie where we see what I'm talking about.
We don't need to.
We don't.
We doesn't
And
have
it's
anything.
not a Batman movie or it's a Superman movie where we see Batman. That's all I want. And then I want to see a movie where you can have the next movie where stop shaking your head. Let me finish. You can have the next movie where it's a Batman movie, and in that movie, it's down the line, and they've now worked together and have a working relationship. I want the one scene. That's all I'm saying. The one scene where they don't know each other. That's what I want. I want to see that develop. And development comes from one scene where we see that. The rest of the movie is a Superman movie and it's everything you're fucking asking for. And it's perfect in every way. And in one scene, we see that Batman and Superman haven't directly worked with each other. And we can actually establish a relationship. Instead of just cutting to the end of a story and me being like, I want to see the part where they got to that point. I don't want to cut to the end of the story. What's the point in skipping? Like, what if we're comparing this to a comic book, Justin? You want to skip to the last two issues of the run.
No, I want to start at the beginning of the run.
You want to start at the last two issues of the run.
I want to start at the beginning of the run.
The run started with Superman, where he is an established character with certain characters, but no, we don't know, we don't. There's no need to have them established with every single character. Where's the joy in that? Where's the joy in discovering these people? What if you're like a 10-year-old kid who's coming to this for the first time and doesn't know all of it.
Then it's fine. You don't need to. When I was a kid, I picked up a comic book. When I was a kid, I picked up a comic book, and Batman and Superman already knew each other. They were already friends. They already worked together.
Yeah, but you already knew their relationship.
I never asked to have that relationship spoon fed to me. I never asked for it because I didn't want it. I just picked up a comic book where they work together. I don't need a scene where it's like, "Hi, I'm Batman. Hi, I'm Super." Who needs that? We didn't have that when we were kids.
I want that. So let's move on.
I didn't. The only they did
let's
it.
Move on.
They did it the one
let's
time
move on.
in Justice League.
You're legitimately pissing me off at this point.
Like, okay, so they did it in Justice League.
Let's move on.
Let me just you wouldn't let me talk.
No, you didn't let me finish.
You kept cutting me off. You kept asking me a question. Cutting me off. Let me, please. Sure, in the Justice League cartoon, yes, they absolutely did an introduction where it's like, "Hi, I'm Batman. Hi, I'm Superman." We've already established in this universe that this universe is ahead. It's not the beginning of the universe. We're midway in the universe. So I just don't see a point in relitigating this. Like, I don't see a point in doing relitigating what Batman versus Superman did badly. Like, let's just do it where, okay, I'll give you. They don't have to know. They don't have to be like, "Oh, I'm Bruce Wayne and I'm Batman." We don't have to skip that far ahead. But at the very least, yeah, he already knows Batman exists and they've worked together once. Like, they've done a Batman adventure once, or they've done a Superman adventure once. I mean, if they're in with it within a couple years, they would definitely intersect. They would share the occasional villain. So yes, absolutely, I want it where they've worked together or something. They have a familiarity with it. I don't need to do the introduction. We shake hands and we've never really done that. That's not how Batman and Superman work anyway. You're right. Sure, Batman would be isolated enough to not work together with with Superman, but like I just don't want to do. I just don't see a need to do like what you're talking about, where we have Blue Beetle come and be like, "Hi, Superman. This is Batman. Batman. This is Superman." Like, I just don't. Why? What does that add? That doesn't add anything. It's to me. I think it's fine enough to have it where Superman doesn't need to be introduced to Batman. Batman is just a thing that exists in Gotham City, and we just have a simple scene of Batman fighting a Brainiac robot, and then that's our clue that Superman and Batman exist in the same universe. They don't even have to interact at all. And then, yeah, in a later movie, sure, I'll give you, we can do a Batman runs into Superman thing in Brave and the Bold, because that's the next one coming out. Like, we could have Superman show up at the end of Batman, and he can do the "Hi, I'm Superman. I'd like to invite you to the Justice League Initiative" moment. We can do that. But what I'm saying is for this movie, that just doesn't interest me. Like, it just doesn't interest me.
We're gonna agree to disagree.
To do the we shake hands and we meet each other thing. 'Cause
we're gonna agree to disagree.
That's not how comic books worked for me when I was.
That is how comic books work.
No, you didn't pick up the first issue, the first comic book you picked up, and they already knew each other. Like, no, you didn't pick up a comic book and they did.
In a comic book's history, Justin, especially for Batman and Superman, no, there was absolutely an issue where they met.
Name it.
It was a Justice League one, I'm sure.
That's my point.
I'm not gonna actually.
You picked up a random comic.
Yes, Justin, obviously. But there is also comic books which tell the origins of these.
This can just be.
And I want it.
This can just be a mid.
I'm kind of done arguing with you about this.
This could just be kind of a mid-road comic book run where, yeah,
you're right. It could be, or this could be the one where we see how they meet.
I would say
where they don't instantly know each other. Where they know other superheroes and they know of each other, but they've never had cause to work for each other. There is always a first mission, and this could be that.
To be fair, I would say the same thing of Wonder Woman and the Flash. To be quite frank with you. If he already knows if Superman already knows the Green Lanterns, he should passively know every superhero in this universe by that point.
Again, you can be aware of someone and have never worked with them before. So yes, I can absolutely Batman in particular would know of the Superman. He absolutely would know who Superman is. He would be keeping track of that shit if if they have a good representation of Batman. Absolutely.
Like Injustice. Injustice does.
And Superman would have heard of the bat of Goth or something like that. The bat of Gotham. He wouldn't know who he is, But no, I don't want them to have worked through it.
I don't see I don't see the point doing it. Like, okay, like if you want to do this again, like if you want to do it as like legit, like you want to do an issue 0 and it's an origin comic book and that's where they first work together and that gives you what you want. I'm not against that. Like these are comic book movies. If you want to do supplemental material of a comic book movie of, especially with this universe of filling in the gaps, or hell, even an animated movie where you bring back the guy who plays Superman and the guy who plays Batman, and you do.
I think you do it the way I said in the Superman movie because it makes the most sense.
I don't need a.
And it's the way to do it both the way I want it, and it's the way to do it both the way that I want it and the way that you want it, which fast tracks it for you. While giving me what I want, which is one scene in one movie, which has them not knowing each other before we time jump to them knowing each other.
The only version.
I don't see why you have any issue with what I want.
The only version of what,
and it kind of pisses me off.
The only version of what you want that I would be like remotely okay with, and in fact it's probably the most like is if he showed up in a post-credit scene, and that's it. Then at that point I'd be like, all right, he's the Sam Jackson of this universe. He's introducing him into the Justice League Initiative. This is the moment where they.
I'm giving you what you described, which is the Black Panther effect.
But I don't. Yeah.
Or the Spider-Man effect.
Yeah.
Which is the one simple scene. Which is like at best 10 minutes long, not even.
Yeah, no.
And then we time jump to the next Batman movie or whatever, and they have now since been working with each other closely and know each other. It gives you what you want.
In a different version of this, it's because of the way the universe is set up. That's why. If this was in a brand new, fresh, spanking new universe, and we were starting from scratch, and we were rebuilding
in the universe that we've already seen. There's no reason to necessarily believe that they would have had a case to work with each other. It logically makes sense that they don't know each other personally.
Logic or
that
not,
they know each other in a. I know Batman works out of Gotham, and I know Superman works out of Metropolis, but they have no reason to be in contact with each other.
Logic or not, it just it doesn't interest me. I'm. Because
you're an idiot.
Because this universe has been a very
and I'm
clear.
Kind of done going back round and round and round.
Because you're not letting me get to the finishing point.
I've already let you finish.
Because we're in a universe in station or in progress already. It's just we've already established that nothing in this universe has an origin point, or we haven't done an origin point.
We've established that certain characters already know each other. That doesn't mean that we've established that every character knows everybody.
The only way I wouldn't be bored by what you said retroactively is if Green Lantern.
You're a prick. You're being a prick.
I'm not.
You are.
If Green Lantern wasn't in the previous movie and it wasn't established that he knew any of the big superheroes, then I'd be like, yeah, all right, yeah, we could slowly trickle in.
We've established that he knows Superman.
He knows Green Lantern.
I'm saying Green Lantern knows Superman.
Right.
That's what we've established. We haven't established that Green Lantern knows Batman, or that Superman knows Batman, or that Superman knows the Flash. We haven't established we haven't established that Superman knows, and right, but I'm saying at this point in time, we're at a crossroads where we either go the direction that you want, which is establishing that everybody knows everybody, which I think is lazy, boring, and uninteresting, or we go the way that I want, and we take the time that the fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe used to build this out and actually do it the right way.
But that's my point, is we don't need to do that.
They're trying to do what Batman versus Superman did.
We don't need to do the long road, the long game. This doesn't need to be that.
Yes, we do.
No, because that's boring. We did that.
The last time they tried to shortline this, it didn't work, Justin.
They didn't shortline it well enough. That's what I'm saying. This was shortlining well enough in the sense that it came in, established, we understood, it explained everything.
Starting point. Now, from that starting point, you build on that starting point.
It's a midpoint.
And you go forward.
It's a solid midpoint, and that's where these things should start. We don't need to.
But the midpoint doesn't have to be the end, Justin.
No, but
you can still have Superman meet new characters.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Certain characters, sure, like the the little characters that people don't know, sure, but the main characters like the Flash, Green Lantern, like if we're doing Guy Gardner, then by that point we've already had one human. We need to have Hal Jordan. So if Hal Jordan's been a Green Lantern for a while, that means that certainly Batman has to have been around for a while. The Flash,
right? But that doesn't mean that they've had a reason to work together.
but they should
That's
know
why
each
I'm
other.
saying. That's why I'm saying them being aware of each other in a professional manner. Like, oh, I'm Best Buy, and I know Future Shop exists,
Right,
but they haven't worked together.
but they know each
right?
other.
Like
It's the
they don't.
point.
They know of each other. There's a
No.
difference between knowing each other and knowing of each other. And I'm saying they don't know each other. They haven't worked together. Brainiac is the first big event, which has caused them to have to.
We don't need a big
Otherwise,
event.
they stayed in their own spheres.
Superman could show
That's
up.
what I want.
Superman could have shown
I
up
want
to
to
help
be.
him
I
fight
want
the
to be
Joker once.
like year 2.
Right. I want to.
Right?
I want to. You're 3 or 4
working.
Batman.
They've been working, but they don't know each other.
I don't know. That's an interesting.
That's what I want.
I want it where they know
We
each
haven't
other.
gotten that.
I want like they know each other as like co-workers. Like I'm not asking if, like he knows they show up to each other's
No,
dinner.
they know of each other.
Yeah, that doesn't interest me. That doesn't interest me. I'd much rather.
Again, that's fine.
I'd much rather
Dustin,
we're like
it's
you're.
fine. It's fine that you can't have 10 minutes be added in and
I much rather. Well,
appeal
no,
to
I
more
want
than
the same
just
scene
yourself.
you do.
It's fine that you're like that.
I want the
I'm
same
kinda
scene
done-
you do.
I'm kind of done going around and around in circles on this. I'd like to move on, Justin.
I was just gonna say, I want the same scene you do, but I just want it
No,
where
you
like
don't.
yeah, they know it, like they've met each other once or
Yeah,
twice.
no, that's fine. That's a very fine, distinct difference. I don't want that.
I want him to know the
We're done
Flash. I just
at
don't.
this point.
I just don't see the point.
That's
And-
great. That's great.
the
I
point.
don't care anymore. Can we move on?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. That was it. That was the news.
It's a clear fundamental difference of what we want out of this.
Yeah,
They
no.
have a chance to go in 2 distinct different ways, the right way and your way.
Yeah, no,
Um,
it's already an established universe with like yeah.
It's a universe which has connected certain characters. It hasn't yet connected all of those
No, but
characters. It has room. It has room to grow naturally instead of just jumping to the end of the story.
No, but that's my point though.
Let's
is-
move on.
No, but the thing that you're like okay, you're
The
wanting
end
to
of
push
the
it.
story is them knowing each other,
Hold
Justin.
on, let me just. You're trying to push it back into an origin point where Superman clearly establishes, the first movie clearly establishes that superheroes and gods have been around for like a long time. So what I'm
Yes,
saying is, hold on, let
but
me
it
finish. No, stop
doesn't
cutting me off. Stop
establish
cutting me
that
off.
he knows
Stop cutting me
every
off.
single
Stop
one.
cutting me off. So it establishes that this universe is already built. So thematically, it would not make any sense to be like, but no, actually, we're not really a midpoint. We're also kind of an orange point for some. But thematically, it wouldn't make any sense to continue in a direction of starting off. To be fair, he has said that this is going to be a mid-career Batman. So it wouldn't make any sense, or it can be terribly interesting for me to do the conversation point of Superman and Batman are kind of tangentially aware of each other and they've never really worked together, but this is the first time they're working together. Like I've seen that. I've seen that before. I've seen it
Where
in
have you
several
seen that?
animated movies. I don't.
No, I'm talking in live action.
What's the
Where have you
difference?
seen that?
What's the difference? What's the difference?
The difference is between live action and animation,
What's the
Justin.
difference in
Okay,
what?
what's the difference in any live action versus animated movie?
Nothing. There's no difference.
You're wrong.
It's the same story. I've seen this story told before. I don't need. That's my point.
Yeah, that's because you're a fucking nerd.
Right. I've seen this story done before. I'm like, let's just the same. It's the,
But they're making a movie which is not just for nerds,
to
Justin.
be
They're trying
entirely-
to appeal to people.
No.
They're trying to appeal to people who haven't
No.
seen that story hundreds of times.
Jordan. Lex Luthor's in the power suit. It's for nerds.
Yeah.
It's for nerds. It's not for normal people, Jordan.
I'm sorry, but you're objectively wrong. You know that's not how Hollywood works.
I'm just being honest, Jordan. Who's gonna show? You think regular people are showing
Justin,
up to power suit Lex Luthor?
I'm being honest.
No.
They're trying to court the Marvel crowd,
But they're
which is the fucking regular audience.
I don't. Anyway, yes.
So yes, it definitely is a believable and likely scene.
We got wildly away from we do know that Blue Beetle's in this, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. And this looks to be, we know that Lex Luthor's power suit is in this, and that's pretty cool.
Anyways, what's next in the news?
Overall,
which we're still doing.
Overall, Jordan. Are you excited for this movie?
I was until you started pissing me off.
All right.
Coming up on 2 hours and we're not even done the news.
All right. All right. Is it really? Oh shit. Oh shit. So it is. Anyway, that's fine. Just means it's probably gonna be a video. Hey there, everybody. It's NCard Justin here. Let me know down in the comments, how would you introduce Batman into the DCU? Who do you think is right? Who do you think is wrong? Pick a side. Pick a side. And pick my side. Definitely pick my side. But anyway, if you want to see the full podcast that this is from our We Went to College episode, you click the box on the left. Or if you just want to see a random video YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy, click the box on the right. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out 7 days a week. Or you can just leave this video a like. That helps us out too. We'll see you next time.